After a week of rain, pain, and kind of going insane here in London, and after a chat with a well-rested friend who mentioned the amazing time he had on a recent trip to Seville, I just had to check this place out. He had described how hot it was around this time of the year in April, but I never imagined I'd see upwards of 30 degrees when I checked the weather app. I booked my flight ASAP and began my Seville adventure just days later. I arrived at Seville airport at 10 in the morning, met with the most dazzling sunshine. Given that it was quite a last-minute trip, I didn't actually have an itinerary, but the plan was to head to the coastal city of Cádiz for a few days. I took a bus into the centre of Seville where I planned to meet with Manuel, my ride to Cádiz. But first I thought I'd check out a landmark or two. I headed to Plaza de España, which happened to be a few minutes away from the bus stop. Known for its striking architectural beauty, the plaza consists of a building covered in intricate tile work, as well as a beautiful canal with bridges that represent the 4 ancient kingdoms of Spain. I stopped by a cafe called Teatro Home for a quick mango smoothie and to find my bearings. Finally, I met with Manuel, a complete stranger by the way, and we began to make our way to Cádiz. When we finally got to Cádiz, I took a bus to where I'd be staying for the next 2 nights. But my host wasn't home just yet, so I popped into Casa Rio's to grab some food. I settled into my Airbnb and got ready to head out to Playa de la Caleta, which was a 30-minute bus ride from where I was staying. The vibes at Caleta were immaculate. I carried on my walk around this end of Cádiz and came across the Castillo de Santa Catalina, a historic fortress dating back to the 17th century. And then I walked through Jardines del Paseo de Carlos III, a scenic and tranquil garden that made for the most amazing walk along the sea. I decided I'd walk all the way home, but 30 minutes in, when I was by Playa Santa Maria, I was super hungry. But most kitchens were still shut, so I walked and walked and walked, till I finally came across Rompuelos, where I ordered some king prawns and orange juice, and a slice of pianono cake for dessert. When I was done, I sat by the beach and watched the sunset. The following day, I had a bit of a lie-in, then got ready for the beach. I walked to Anna's Coffee to grab a late breakfast. I took a short walk to Playa de Victoria and spent the next couple of hours sunbathing and listening to podcasts. The next day was checkout day, so I got myself ready before finally leaving my Airbnb at noon. I headed to Café Ana for more breakfast, also grabbing a cup of coffee. I had some work to get done, so spent the next couple of hours doing emails, editing images, and planning an upcoming workshop. My next destination was the town of Castillo, known for its agricultural heritage and beautiful rural landscapes. I had booked a beautiful hotel room and was super excited to go on some scenic walks. I met with my driver, another Manuel, who I'd be journeying with back to Seville Centre, so I could get a bus from there to Castillo. Once I got to my drop-off point, I hopped on a bus to Plaza de España, where I waited for the bus 1691 to Castillo. But guys, the bus system here is a bit odd, and because it was a national holiday, my bus wasn't even scheduled for the day in the end. And most people at the bus station were super confused, and a lot of us were stranded. I looked into booking a cab instead, but decided to stay in the city centre in the end, just in case I ran into any problems on my way back to the city. I was quite sad about missing out on my lovely hotel, but I went ahead and booked a nice place to stay here in Seville. I unpacked my stuff, finished up the work I needed to, and got ready to head out. I found myself at the Naked and Famous bar, which had just opened up for the night. I ordered a Don Lorenzo mocktail, and they bought me some complimentary soda whilst I waited. I walked around some more, taking in the hustle and bustle of Santa Cruz, one of the oldest parts of Seville. The very next day, I chilled on the rooftop for a bit. I headed out for some breakfast in Santa Cruz. I did a quick Google and found a really cute coffee and juice spot called Jester. I got myself an acai bowl and an iced latte and enjoyed my little breakfast outdoors in the sun. Once I was done, I took a walk through Jardines de Murillo. Soon I was at Avenue Maria Luisa, where I spotted the Teatro Lope de Vega, and I carried on walking and headed towards Rio Guadalquivir, where I briefly stopped to see the Torre del Oro, a historic military watchtower. I decided to revisit Plaza de España from day one of my trip. My visit fell during La Feria, an annual spring celebration renowned for its traditional costumes, lively atmosphere, and flamenco music and dance. The women wear colourful flamenco dresses, and the men wear traditional Andalusian attire, riding through the streets in carriages or on horseback. I took in the stunning Plaza de España views once again and watched the flamenco performance. I headed back towards Santa Cruz, grabbing some strawberry and lemon sorbet and enjoying it at Jardines de Murillo. I was now in the last couple of hours of my trip and decided to do one last walk around the city. This solo trip to Seville and Cadiz was so very needed, and it's definitely one of my favourites. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.